every single time I'm trying to make a ball in pool, the first thing is I'm visualizing a straight line from the heart of the pocket to the object ball. Then I'm extending that line until I have the center of the ghost ball. And then no matter from where the cue ball is coming, I will always shoot to the center of the ghost ball. So what we have here is now our so-called aiming line. And as you can see, if we extend that aiming line, we also have that aiming line on the floor. And now we have to align our foot on that aiming line. I'm a left-handed player, so I'm aligning my left foot on the aiming line. Of course, if you're a right-handed player, then you're going to align your right foot on the aiming line. So it's very important to align yourself properly, because for example, if I'm stepping next to the aiming line and then I'm trying to go down, you can see now I'm in a really awkward position. I don't have room for the cue. So in order to have room, I would need to make a step all the way to the side. And of course, this is not how you stand in pool. So very important, align yourself on that aiming line. It doesn't have to be exactly that part of your foot. It can vary, it's personal preference. So what you could do as a beginner is actually align your cue on that aiming line. And then if you actually look over your cue, you should have the aiming line exactly underneath your cue. Now, the big question is, what do you do with your right foot? Well, very important, you don't step to the front, because as you can see now again, you don't have really room for your cue to move nicely. So this is not how you do it. And as you can see, my foot and my hip is in the way, but now if I'm taking a step to the side, you can actually see now I have room for cueing. The only thing you don't want to do is step too far to the side, because now as you can see, the cue is on the baseline, your wrist is on the baseline, but now your elbow isn't on that baseline anymore. And it's very important that your elbow also is on the baseline, because that way you can assure that you're actually cueing as straight as possible on that aiming line. So you don't have to step exactly like this or like this. This is personal preference. For example, I like to step just like this, very natural, not perfectly to the side, just in this direction, and this is my personal feel-good stance. Now, one more thing is, where exactly should you step on that baseline? If you're that close to the ball, then as you can see, this is not what you want to do, because now you're very, very close to the ball. No, what you should do, the rule is your arm should be extended. So as you can see, if I'm, for example, like this away, now my right arm is all the way extended, and this is how you should do it. Okay, now let's try to shoot that ball. Again, I'm stepping on that baseline. I'm trying to visualize the straight line. Very important, all the aiming happens when you're standing, when you're aligning yourself. So for example, tiny movements like this can actually make a difference. So very often you will see me when I'm having a long, difficult shot, standing here, aligning my left foot until I have a feeling that it's perfectly aligned. Okay, now I think I have the perfect alignment, I have the perfect distance to the cue ball. Now all I'm doing is stepping to the side. I can already do it like this. If you're still a beginner, you can do it like this and go down, but I don't like to do this. So I'm stepping onto the baseline, taking a step to the side, going down. You can see my arm is all the way extended. Now everything should be aligned on the baseline. The cue, my eyes and my foot, the wrist and my elbow should be perfectly aligned with the aiming line. Now just cue straight along that aiming line, and that way you should be able to make the 9-ball. Well, this is a straight-in shot. This is very easy to find the aiming line. But what happens if you have a shot with an angle? Well, you align yourself again on that straight line. Then you bring your cue over the cue ball. Very important, the tip stays at the ghost ball. Bring your cue back until it's in line with the ghost ball, and then try to never leave that line and just shoot into that direction. But what happens if you're applying side spin? Well, then just check this video and subscribe to the channel.